Welcome back to another episode of the Cobra Daytona Build, everybody. In this episode, I got a little card talk, and I also got a new tool to show you. I bought myself a lathe. So this is one of the cheapy Amazon.com specials. It's a Senduo variable speed. I just decided it's time to have a lathe. It's a little mini metal lathe, 7x14, I believe is the size. You know, $600 on Amazon. Buy some extra tools. I'm into the thing with shipping everything $800. I just got it yesterday, unboxed it. So far I'm fairly impressed. I had to adjust the gibs a little bit, clean it up, but it seemed to work well. Aluminum, no problem. I haven't tried anything tougher than aluminum yet, but I know some of these harder metals, stainless, things like that, it's going to be a little tough. But I bought it for a few things. We're going to do some custom stuff on my son's Mustang, and a lathe is just ideal for some of that. And I also got to make like the spacers between my shocks and the chassis. I got some washers in there now because I changed out the shocks from the factory ones where they give you the spacers, and now I had to kind of, you know, basically rig spacers in there. So now I can turn down some steel or some aluminum, make them nice and square, and make it look really nice. So I'm excited about that. I actually did a project yesterday on this thing. I actually took an AN fitting here. Hopefully you guys can see this. This is actually not the one I practiced on. This one, it's a -10 for my son's heater on the Mustang. We're going to probably press this onto the water pump, and this way he'll have AN fittings on the heater hose. Not too many Fords do that because of the way the water pump goes, so just something new. And I made my wife an aluminum birthday present. As you can see, it's a ring. So cut this out of aluminum. It's about 710 thousandths ID. Kind of didn't really measure the OD, just made it so it looked good. Put 3 little grooves in it like there. Still needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It's not quite done. It's in process. But I had a good time. I also cut, this is what I cut the ring out of, some of this. So yeah, kind of cool, and should take my automotive stuff to the next level because there's lots of stuff on the coupe that I can turn. I mean, heck, even a headlight pull switch. Now you can turn a custom aluminum piece that nobody else has got. Speaking of the car, I decided to drive it to work today. It's got to be 90 out here, and I wanted to see how this thing would go. I haven't really had it out. You know, I got on the road in the fall. Haven't had it out in hot weather. Well, today was the first time, so air conditioner, borderline. It had been sitting in the sun for 9 straight hours. It was so hot inside when you grab the roll cage to kind of slide in, it felt like it was going to burn your hands. It was that hot. So it had to be 130 inside. So open the rear glass a little bit, open the doors, let it kind of cool out a little bit. We hopped in. It kept you comfortable. Was it as cool as a modern car? No. I mean, you weren't, you know, modern car, you get that AC going, pretty soon you got to turn it down because it just is so cold. This, you had the AC running full blast. And it kept you comfortable. I mean, you weren't sweating or anything, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like a modern car. And I think that's just because the evaporator is so small. But the good thing is the car never got hot. I mean, we had some stop and go traffic, probably close to 90 degrees out, and temp never got over 190. Fan kicked on and off for the condenser on the AC, but the car never got hot. And as I said, it kept you pretty decent inside. You know, if you were on a long drive, no problems. It just, the car gets so hot from sitting, I think it's hard to cool everything down. So I may tint that back window or put a plexiglass shield between the, you know, passenger compartment and that whole back area, because I think that's just getting baked with the sun. But other than that, it worked fairly well. My buddy was with me in the car, and he said, yeah, this is not too bad. I mean, as far as temp-wise, but I said it's not a modern car. So back to my lathe. Here's the lathe. So I bought some extra tooling with it. You know, it's not a monster. It can do, you know, I think 7/8 inch stock. I'm not even sure if it goes that big. I know it won't do 1 inch. But it seems to work well. I mean, I enjoyed it. Played with it last night a little bit. Maybe I'll do another video. Maybe I'll do another video of just me doing some lathe work. I'm still learning it. I've dabbled in it before a long time ago. I haven't touched it in a while, but, you know, made a ring fairly easily. It took me, you know, maybe an hour and a half to make. Learned a few things upon the way. As I said, cuts aluminum, no problem. So I'm happy with it. As I said, we'll be able to make a lot of cool things for the car. So I think that was it. I just really wanted to report on the AC unit and the new lathe, and then maybe next time we'll do some lathe work. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate it, and catch you on the next episode of the Cobra Daytona Build. And hit subscribe. Remember, I'm going to keep these things coming until you guys scream at me to stop. So you can count on that. Take that to the bank. Okay, thanks everybody, and take care. Bye.